Okay, it's good to see you again. So we're discussing this time around copyright laws in our bid to ensure that you are literate persons and you're able to use the libraries. One of the things you have to know is the copyright laws, because we have books that are under copyright and you have to know how to use them. So let's talk about it. Copyright laws, these are, when we say laws, they are legal rules. So what do they protect? Original creative works. So people should not copy or distribute, perform, display, or pirate, adapt any of these original created works without the permission of the author. So this tends to give the creators exclusive rights for their work for the duration of time. Why is it important? Well, when there's copyright, it makes people to be creative. It helps artists or authors to earn from their work financially. It promotes economic growth. When people are creative, the economy will be growing, and prevents piracy. So if you cannot pirate, you go and make your own work. Yeah, so copyright. It's a term that is usually being confused or misused or mixed with it, which is intellectual property. So intellectual property is the broader sense, is the bigger picture. So intellectual property has to do with legal rights that protects anything that has to do with creation of the mind. Whether inventions, artistic works, designs, symbols, names, images, all of them. So, and for instance, like IP now has lots of categories, which copyright is one of them. So you can see the main types here. We have copyright, we have patents, we have trademarks, we have trade secrets. For instance, copyright, a book like Things Fall Apart is under copyright. The logo, if you can remember the Nike logo, yeah, that one's a trademark. Then if you produce a new vaccine, you get protected by a patent. Then the secret recipe, what you used to produce Coca-Cola or other things that could be, we call a trade secret. So generally, intellectual property is the big umbrella that covers anything that has to do with legal protection of people's original work, while copyright is just one type of it that protects work, original people's work. So why does copyright, or what does copyright protect actually? If you have an original work, which is either a book, music, films, TV, printing, drawings, photographs, software and computer programs, architectural designs, dramatic works, all of these things can be protected by copyright. Yeah, like Things Fall Apart, Burna Boy music, a movie in Nollywood, all of these things are protected by copyright. So please don't use them without that. Then what does copyright does not protect? If you have an idea still you heard, copyright cannot protect it for you. You're just giving out facts or information, copyright cannot protect that for you. Or you have a title, pet name, nickname, aka, all of that cannot be protected under copyright. Government laws and official documents, not under copyright. Then if you have discoveries, these ones are protected by patents, so they are not under copyright. So as a copyright owner, what are some of your benefits? What are the rights you have? Number one, you can reproduce your work, you can decide to make several copies of your work, and you can decide to distribute your work, perform it, turn it into a drama, a movie. You can have remixes, you have even license. You can sell it. You can say, okay, I no longer want to benefit from this, I'm giving my rights to a different person. So when this is done, the rights are no longer yours, it's now given to the person you're giving it to. And then trying to break any of these, using somebody's work without permission, in terms of copyrights, we say that you are committing copyright infringement. We have what we call fair use or fair dealing. It means that people can use your work even without permission, under the condition that they will not demarket your original value, or they're using it for certain things such as research, private study, criticism, review, news reporting, or teaching. So if you're doing any of these, you can use it under the fair use or fair dealing, and then you will not be infringing on people's rights. In Nigeria, the Copyright Act is what guides us, and is governed by the Nigerian Copyright Commission. There was a 2022 amendment that had to do with digital piracy, online streaming, and technological protection measures. So for the duration of a copyright, it's 70 years after the person who authored that work dies. So the lifetime of the person is 70 years in developed countries. So when that is gone, it means that the work is in public domain and people can use it freely. Yeah, if you want to get your work copyrighted, well, firstly, if you just have an original work, You don't even need to go through any registration to own it. But then, if you must have a legal proof in case of some legal battle, it's good you go to register. It's just making sure that your work is original, you have fixed in tangible form, whether written, recorded, saved, printed, etc. And it has been expressed. If they are still in the idea form, they are protected. Finalize your work, have a clean copy, and ensure that you have drafts to show evidence. Then you go to your registration commission. If it's Nigeria, you register with the Nigerian Copyright Commission. Go either to the website or you submit a form. Different modules can be physical, it can be online. Just ensure that you have a certificate of registration at the end of the what we've said. As soon as you have your work, you don't need to go through all these processes. But then, you know, there could be legal battles. So keep your proof, keep your dates of your drafts, have your original. If you are doing the work with somebody, I'm sure you have a great. So we'll meet in our next video.